Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Folks, I got a friend of mine back on the show. I appreciate him. We met through weird circumstances where I thought he was a guy trying to, a fan in the stands at a weigh-in. We all know about the story with him and Julian Lane, but I got Harrison, the Headhunter, Aiken, in the building with me today. He wants to fight, man. He's itching to get back in the ring. What's going on, my friend? How you doing, Harrison? What's going on, brother?
I'm good, man. Just staying consistent. You know how it goes.
Last time we spoke, first we met. For those of you who don't know, we met in Clearwater. If you want to get some backstory on that, you can go watch the other interview I did with Harrison a couple months ago. But then we spoke when you were in New Mexico, training with Donald Sanchez. Now
Yeah.
you're back at home in Georgia, and you want to fight, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
it was your birthday last week. Happy birthday, belated. And I that you had the cake and
Yeah.
the candles, and then it opened up a picture of who you want to fight. Tell the world if they don't know yet who it is that you're calling out right now for a fight.
Yeah. Guy, I don't know much about him. I just know his pedigree within the UFC. He is a OG, I guess you would say. He's fought for a world title against Israel Adesanya. But this is not MMA. This is bare knuckle. I'm an OG and in bare knuckle. I've been doing this shit for 5 years. So nobody else has called this man out. So I wanted to be the first. Derek Brunson, where are you at, dog? You know that I've been calling you out. Everyone knows I've been calling you out. You want to get your feet wet in this game, you got to go through me. That's basically what I'm. I've already been talking to the matchmakers. They like this fight. I will have to come up in weight to fight him, but I don't care. Well, the weight doesn't matter to me. I'm a fighter. I've fought at heavyweight. I fought at 185. I fought at 175. I fought
Mm-hmm.
at 205. So when it comes down to it, this is the fight game. Uh, Styles make fights, and I know that he is going to bring it just as much as I am. But again, this is bare knuckle, and he does not have any bare knuckle fights. And some people may say I'm looking to make a name off him. You're damn fucking right. I'm gonna knock his ass the fuck out, and I'm gonna make my fucking name off your ass. So I've fought the hardest people so far, and now it's my time. It's my time to go take out one of these UFC guys. I'm not no chump. I'm not a pushover, and this is we're gonna make this happen, regardless of what anybody says. I'm doing the right things to make sure that this fight does happen. I've called them out, and my birthday cake said it all. That I made my wish, and now it's time to make this shit come true.
Is your hair still blonde right now?
Nah, dog, I had to let it go just a little bit, just a little bit. But whenever whenever we make this happen, you already know what I'm coming out. It's gonna
So
be the battle of the blondes.
the blonde bomber battle going on here it should be a loser shaves their head fight.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot has gone on since we last spoke. I mean, you obviously are looking for this fight. I mean, you mentioned have they told you anything internally that would, because I know they announced him signing at the Champion Summit last month. Well, hell, was it this past month? Yeah, July.
Yeah.
They announced it a couple weeks ago that he signed. Have they talked to you in any
Yeah.
depth about potential fight date?
Yeah, I've spoken with the matchmaker. We've texted back and forth. My agent, Curtis Williams, has been not talking with them about it as well. I've been doing this for a while now, 5-6 years.
Mhm.
I know them by now. That if this isn't something that they're interested in, they would have just shut it down immediately and then been like,
Mhm.
"But this is not the route that we're gonna go."
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. And I was going to go down to 175 and fight some of these guys. I've been calling out everyone in the top 5 in 175, other than the champ. I'm not going to come into a weight division and just immediately call out the champ. I want the top 5 guys. I've already fought Donald Sanchez in there, and I called out the other guys, the number 4 and number 5 especially, and they're ducking. It's just plain and simple. I've called them out. And some people will say, yeah, we'll fight. And, but you got to send me we got to get a contract in my hand, make it official, whatever. So, when they announced Derek Brunson, I was like, you know what? I see all these other guys calling out Romero and all these, all this other thing. But I think, I've watched tape on Derek Brunson. He is a wrestler.
Yeah.
Power, absolutely. He went on like a knockout streak in the UFC for, I believe it was like 2 years straight. He was just starching folks. So I know he has knockout power, and I think that how I move, and it's a southpaw versus southpaw fight. So whoever's going to be quicker, who's going to have the best head movement, is going to come out on top in that fight. And I believe that I am the better boxer when it comes to standing and banging. I'm not going to be there long enough for him to get to me. So I think that this would be a great fight for the fans as well. I've gotten a lot of feedback from the call out. And I think that BKFC, Nate Shook, Dave Feldman, they all see that I'm serious about it. And, there's nothing else to do but put the contract in my hand. I'm still training. Like I have training. I had my fighter Cam Delano. He fought in Texas. He won that fight. I helped Donald Sanchez, and I was also in camp during the Sanchez fight because I was going to fight Will Santiago, who's fighting out now in Edmonton against Stuve, I believe. But that just fell through. Will's a cool dude. We actually met up, but now I got to get a fight. This is it. Like, and now I normally don't call people out until recently. But if you're going to duck me, I'm just going to call you out. That's just how it is.
How do you feel about the fact that the guy you were supposed to fight in New Mexico, Will Santiago, was the main event in Edmonton? I mean, why couldn't you get in that fight?
Shoot, why can't I go to?
No, why couldn't you get that fight? If you were supposed to fight him in New Mexico, why didn't they schedule you and he for the main event in Edmonton?
When it came down to the New Mexico card, there was a lot of fights that had fallen off.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, I think that me and Will would have loved to have had that opportunity to fight each other. We talked about it, and you saw, I saw him out in Albuquerque when I was training with Donald. I saw him at the fights, and like I said, like at the end of the day, as long as there's no bad beef, we can chop it up, whatever. But it would have been a great fight. I think, I wanted that fight a lot. I know he wanted that fight, but I think it just came down to the logistics and the money.
Okay.
And, without saying too much, I don't know the reasoning behind BKFC, so I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but it just fell off the card. And, with I think 3 other fights fell off that card. So that would have been a nice banger of a fight. I think that me and him could at least, done a co-main event or a feature fight of the night and put on a fucking hell of a show. Because I know he's a dog, man. I mean, he's fought some good guys. He's got a great record. And I would like to see how I perform at 175, and that was my first offer at 175. But now the offer's changed, and I believe that we'll be going up in weight to fight Brunson if the fight does happen.
At 85 or at 205?
I think it's a catch weight from what I've been told by the matchmaker. So I think it's 195. So
how much do you typically weigh?
I walk around at 205.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is not it's an easy cut, but you're that size already.
I can maintain my size. I run all the time, so it's just like I'm not killing myself now to make the 185. I don't really have to kill myself to make 185. I think 175 would be a little bit more drastic of a cut. I would have to take my nutrition a little bit more serious, close to about like a month out. When I 185. It's like, okay, 2 weeks out. Now it's time to get serious. I can, yeah, I can't have my birthday cake.
There's no cheeseburgers or steaks.
Exactly.
Yeah. You did you check out what happened down here in South Florida at the Champion Summit? Did you ever see a recording of it or see it live on YouTube?
I did watch it live. I watched it live on the BKFC TV app.
What'd you
You
think?
know, I love my girl Christine. That was hilarious. Like she came out with the belt, and then I like them both, but Christine's that's my girl. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with her till the wheels fall off. I thought that shit was hilarious, and the Mundell Perry thing, I knew that was coming. You know,
You know who I felt bad for? I feel bad for Josh Dyer.
oh
Man
yeah,
he can't get a fight. I know Jomi Escoboza is in line to fight him, but he wore a t-shirt with Mike Perry's face on it, like Brokeback Mountain, like a missing poster, and I saw that's what he was showing. He was showing a t-shirt of Mike Perry, and then I thought the thing was hilarious. I thought the whole event was great. You had a pretty sizable crowd at the Hard Rock for this thing. A lot of fans in the building, a lot of shit talking going back and forth. You got Brian Duran going back and forth with Kai Stewart, who's on the stage. You got Perdomo's yelling at Rothwell on the stage. You
yeah.
got John Dodson here, who's asking to fight in the heavyweight division to fight for this $25 million deal. And then you get, I think Gary Fox is rocking Kai Stewart's face all over his youth.
I've been waiting to say something about that. So Gary Fox and I met in Texas, and he's cool, super
Yeah,
cool. Obviously Ben Bonner is one of his boys, so that's how
yeah,
we met. But Gary's got to fight Kai like that.
I agree.
That fight, I think, makes sense
It does.
for everybody. I mean, they're both. He's the European champion. Kai is the world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any reason why those two shouldn't be the next fight, just because it's champion versus champion.
Yeah.
Anybody else sort of just should wait. They're in their turn, because I believe, I think Gary Fox. I don't know a lot about Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Never really talked to him, but I have watched tape on him. He's got serious pressure when it comes to Kai, and the difference between his pressure is that knockout power of Gary. And if Kai runs into a punch, I don't know. I think that's a hell of a fucking match.
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. It seems like they're trying to make it. I'm not. See, I guess the question really is the direction. Is the BKFC trying to? And I don't know this, so I'm speculating. I don't know if they're trying to move on from the European and British and UK champion thing and just make it a world championship. Because if Kai fights him and beats him, does he keep this European belt? It kind of really makes it like a silver medal belt type
Yeah.
thing rather than a real belt.
Well, I mean, Bonner,
I
Bonner holds the interim.
Yeah, I mean that interim belt thing. I have my own thoughts on the interim
Yeah.
belt. Like I could have.
Why it couldn't have been?
It just make it for the belt. Like it didn't. If Tenaglia falls off, like I get it, they're gonna do the tournament now and all that, and but I think just talking about those guys from the UK and seeing them in action. I mean, Bonner has swag of a guy from Miami Vice or something. I mean, he's got shirt open. It was hilarious. I mean, cool dude. I've actually messaged him, and I'm gonna have to figure out the time gap to interview him in UK from where I am here. I think it's like 6 hours.
I think they are 5 hours.
Yeah,
ahead
ahead of us. And but these guys apparently Gary Fox lost his phone at the Hard Rock or something. And these guys are absolute fucking lunatics. They get in the car and they have the damn thing on the tracker, and they end up. I mean, when I'm looking at it, this was like somewhere in North Miami, which it's not a terrible area. Maybe they went further south. I'm not sure because they didn't show exactly where they went, but it looked like a chop shop that they ended up, a grow house. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you got these 4 lunatics from UK coming in here. Like, you know where you're going?
Yeah. No, I know. That's crazy. I mean, they could have made a wrong turn end up
Yeah.
in little Havana. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I'm more worried about if they end up in yeah, a little. I mean, any the Latin hood, the black hood. I mean, hell, a trailer park. You don't know where the hell they're gonna end up with these with where you're going, and they end up with like a chop shop,
Yeah, funny.
and they come out with the phone.
Yeah, I was following that whole thing. I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be fucking so funny.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if you're just a regular schmo and you got this guy's phone and these four fighters walk up to your front door?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm sure that I want to know the backstory on it. I
yeah,
want
there
to.
gotta be something. I would love to hear it, and I will ask.
Did they jack the phone?
I don't. Yeah, that's a question. I mean, I will say that a lot of the guys, from what I saw, had some drinks
Oh yeah,
on Saturday night. I don't know when they lost the phone, but on Saturday night, I know there was some drinking involved because you
yeah,
could see like they were all kind of happy and such. But going back to that champion summit and everything was pretty what you expected. I mean, you got everyone talking shit, but then you mentioned Faria and Borga. Like, if this is not a fight that you got, I mean, these two women legitimately do not like each other. There's not like a fake beef. They don't like each other.
no, I know. Yeah, I think it solidifies the greatest
Hmm.
woman of all time.
Hmm.
You know, Christina's fought everyone, and
Yeah, there's
she
no one for her to fight in her division at this point. It's a waste of time.
and she is single handedly demolished. The whole
Hmm.
division multiple times too,
Yep.
multiple opponents multiple times. So, um, her work ethic is sort of what I aspire after. And she grinds every single day, and I talk to her once or twice a month, but um, she she wants to make a statement. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
With the weight difference and the size difference. I think if she puts Borgo away, there would never be a there won't be any talk about who's the best.
No, of course. I mean, she did tell me when I did. I don't know if you saw the interview I did with her, because I've talked to Borga also multiple times, and I think both are great, and I love to see the fight. The it's the that going to meeting at 135. I mean, they're talking about this baddest bitch tournament now. Why not just have? I mean, make it put one on this side, one on this side, and you
Yeah,
know the winner gets this
I
big
like.
bank of money, and But if you're gonna do the 35, you got to create a 35 belt.
Yeah, and
You
I
know.
I think that I think it's time for them to add a little bit more spice to the women's divisions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I know that if they could get like Cyborg or something on there, that would be
Huge.
huge. But that takes a lot of money, a lot of
Oh,
money.
definitely, definitely, definitely. I mean, I do, but what Faria told me was, and she said it on the interview, I'll fight her at 35. I beat her at 35. I'm gonna come for 45 and get her belt.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be obviously got to win at 35 first, and I think that's a freaking crazy fight at 35. You know,
I
um,
honestly feel like that. With Christine being who she is the champ. She is the undisputed champ. She's defended her title. Fuck, I want to say 6 or 7 times. Uh,
mhm,
she sort of deserves to be able to call the shots.
mhm, yeah.
Um, so I think the BKFC makes this happen. It's going to be the best girl fight that they've ever had.
I mean, I'm selfish. I want that fight in Miami come or
Yeah.
Hollywood come December. I'll be real. That's where I want it. I want that fight locally. I don't want
Florida, and I mean, I'm sure she sell. Was that her second or third fight that she fought overseas
who. Which one? Borga.
when she knocked that girl out for
Borga. That was her third. She's 3-0. She hasn't fought since then. That was in
okay,
April.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, in Dubai. Or it was Dubai. Yeah, that's when she hasn't fought since then. I mean, there's not really a division.
yeah,
There's not any real 45 fighters to fight, and she did put her to sleep in 25 seconds, 30 seconds. I mean, it was very impressive.
yeah.
Looking over, I mean, overall, I mean, the landscape of the BKFC and what's happening. Just, I mean, it's amazing how stuff is just happening so quickly within the organization. Like, you're seeing Now they're going back to Italy. You're going to UK again in October. You have I don't even know where Budva is actually. Like, that's coming up in a few weeks. I'd have to Google that. Like, where is Budva? Montenegro. That's in a few weeks. Like, they're Sturgis. Are you going to Sturgis?
No, man. I was actually supposed to go do my agent had me supposed to fly out to New Jersey to do a showing, like go to this bar and stuff like that, and just be there and sign off stuff, and that fell through because I have some family things that I have to take care of. So, but yeah, no, I actually wanted to fight in Sturgis because I think fighting at a bike rally, that would be fucking insane. Like, dude, I would love to fight in there at a bike rally because
It'd be crazy.
yeah, fans out there, they're gonna be fucking just wild, super wild. I think they got the right people on there though. I think Taylor is gonna go out there and put in some work, and I know she's been fucking preparing as well. I was training with her out in Texas as well, with G and Christine and all them. So
and yeah, the title fight with Gogo Slavetsky and Julian Lane. I mean, they're gonna, that's gonna bring back some fireworks, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think Julian's sort of taking it a lot more, not a little. I think he's taking it a lot more serious. This opportunity. I mean, shit, he showed up to the fucking champion summit with a fucking full blown black eye. So I was like, he's got to be sparring pretty hard. His whole eye was black. I was like, damn, dog. But is this at 65 for them?
65 is for the title. Yeah.
The only thing with Julian is like he's fought some big ass dudes at 75. And he's dropped these dudes at 75. So I'm like, him going to 65, he's gonna be a problem. He fought Mike Perry at 175.
Okay.
So
I do wonder about weight always, because 10 pounds is still 10 pounds. He is a pretty muscular dude. He's not, I don't know.
I think 65 is his wheelhouse. Like him coming 65 and fighting Perry. Perry is a little bit shorter as well, but I think that Perry has more power than at 75. But they put on a fucking war. I mean, they hell of a fight, and there was a lot of bad blood in that fight. So when the bad blood, I've been following Julian for a long time, and I was real fucking mad at him when he fucking when he was like Julian, when he has like his aggressiveness, they can come play into the fight game. It's where you gotta kill him to take him out, because has no stop to it. He's gonna bite down, come forward, and literally give it all he has until the last fucking bell. And you might see him outside in the parking lot, and he'll still fight you afterwards.
I mean, that's his name. I mean, let me bang, bro.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere naturally.
I was like, bro, what are we doing?
What'd you think of the fights this weekend? I mean, you see the Peg fight against Peterson. I mean, my goodness, the shot that Peterson landed on Peg's left eye splits him here and here. He says his entire side went black, couldn't see. And then I thought the fight was close to being over. And then he comes back and he turns it around late in the round. And then second round, he just completely takes over the fight and finishes Peterson.
Yeah,
those guys threw down.
If they're gonna start handing out double purses, I'll go out like that, dog. Like Brunson, we got to put on a hell of a show, so we'll get our double purses. This is the second time they've done double purses. So,
does that inspire you as a fighter? I mean, it incentivizes the shit out of you, I'm sure.
Time Dave has his little his spiel out in the back, he just looks at everybody, and I'm staring at him. I'm like, okay, yeah. And like, man, he was not in New Mexico, but no matter what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out there and fight my fucking ass off. And that's what he asks us to do. He tells us in the back, he said, I'm gonna give you a fight your fucking ass off bonus if you go out there and fight your fucking ass off. And I'm like, let's fucking go. Like that's
what it's called, the fight your fucking ass off bonus.
Yeah, fight your ass off bonus. Yeah. Yeah, so I have not gotten one of those bonuses yet, but I've put, since I've been back in the BKFC, I've gone 5 rounds, both fights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get a knockout, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm and who else to do it against one of the fucking greatest to ever live. I mean, this guy, um, you know, he has his pedigree. I'm
Yeah.
still working on mine. But I think this is a great chance for me to make a statement. I think that I've, shown my value to the BKFC by showing that I'll never give up in a fight. And regardless of the outcome, I'm out there to fucking put on a war, period. And I want the fans standing on their fucking 2 feet, just screaming in that last 10 seconds of the last round. Like I get goosebumps when I think about it. Cause like I'm the type of dude that I'm like, last 10 seconds, point in the middle of the fucking ring and see who's got the better chin.
That's the Max Holloway deal right there.
No, and I feel like it would do the man a disservice to try to take his shine. But I'm like, dude, I would love to sit there. We are all beaten, bloodied, and sit in the middle and see who can fucking take it. That's it. Like,
I know Derek Brunson trains down here, or at least he used to train down here in South Florida at Sanford. I don't know if he still trains there or not, but
I
would
know he's
you?
North Carolina.
I know he lives in North Carolina, but I know he used to, at least he used to train down here. I don't know if he still does or not. But looking at a guy like that, I mean, would you like to fight? How soon would you like to fight naturally? I mean, obviously paychecks, you want to get paid.
Yeah,
But
I think
is there a location that matters to you?
I think the New Jersey Prudential Center makes sense because it is a massive, massive building.
Yeah,
It's those smaller cards.
yeah,
I know that he's going to sell tickets.
yeah.
I have fans out in Jersey. I have fans out in Philly. I think that it it makes sense, for a card of that size and to put asses in seats. New Jersey, what I think it's like 12 weeks out, 10 weeks out right now. So I mean, I'm already training. I've been training. I don't stop training. But if he's not, then sucks for him. I mean, I hope he trains every day. Like this is his job.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think that trying to fill something of that size, you would need a big name like him on that card.
I mean, when you're talking about, I mean, probably see 17 to 20,000 people, I'm sure. You'd have, unless they're gonna. I don't think they would. I think the goal would be to fill the place up. So you have to stack the card pretty well with top shelf fights.
Yeah,
It's watching, like, for example, I mean, I don't know if you watched the UFC 318 with Poirier and Max Holloway.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that card itself, if it wasn't for Dustin Poirier, that card was rather not to be offensive, but pedestrian
yeah,
for a pay-per-view. Like,
yeah.
and that's where I look at it from. When they do a pay-per-view and the UFC now gives you fights that are like, how is this a main card of a pay-per-view type of thing? It's not to disrespect the fighter by any means, but it's you typically want to put ranked guys who are fighting for a spot. If I had Marvin Vettori and Brandon Allen on the undercard, but I had unranked people on the main card. It's a little bit weird, obviously. So I think you have to probably put a couple of titles up there to fill up a building like that,
Yeah.
like they did up in Philly.
I don't know how far Philly is, but they can put the tomato can fighter Garbarino on there, and I'm sure he could get some.
Why aren't you calling him out then?
Oh, I've been calling his bitch ass out, bro. He will not respond. He blocked me, all this shit. So he
Woo!
bro, I've been asking and asking and asking and asking and asking. He is a tomato can puncher. That's it. I made a whole fucking reel. I was punching tomato cans, pretending to be him. You got to go check it out. It's on
I'll go back and look it up.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I've been calling his ass out. I've been calling out most of the 175ers. Now I'm gonna take my fat ass up to 195 and go beat somebody else up. I just can't.
God.
I'm not gonna sit around and wait. If you're gonna duck me and duck me and duck me, then guess what? I'm gonna go on to something bigger and better. But I can promise you one thing: That man needs a real fucking fight. I'm not talking about these guys that you are finding that are like laying down. Like you're getting punched in the face and you just won't get back up. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want a real fight, you want to drop like a dog fight, bloody as fuck, call the right people. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys that they're putting him against don't, and no offense to these guys, they have balls for getting in there, and I hope they don't take this the wrong way, but I don't really give a fuck if they do. Like you need to put somebody like he's 3-0. Okay, great. He's 3-0. Who have you fucking fought? Nobody. Nobody knows the guys that you have fought, and they're building them up to this, and everybody sees through it. All the fighters that I talk to laugh at it because they think it's a fucking joke. It's a comical fucking joke. Fight me, motherfucker. You ain't gonna get me out of the first round, second round, third round. We will be bloody as fuck and walking out into the fifth round, and you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I didn't fucking sign this fucking fight. My boy that I fought in Atlanta was supposed to fight him. Adri Swasey was supposed to fight Garbarino, and he turned him down.
Wow.
Adri's a good fighter. I mean, he's fought at 205, heavyweight, 185, 175, and he's got power. He dropped my ass. So I ended up winning a majority fucking decision against him in Atlanta, but that was one of the closest fights I've ever been in. So I think, people sleep on Idris Swasey, but he is a fucking dog, and he will go take you down to the tooth and nail and make you work for that shit. And and fucking Cannoli boy doesn't want to have to do that.
Who would you rather fight?
Who
would you rather fight?
Oh man, honestly, I really just want to knock fucking Garbarino out, because I think that I like how he like plays. He does a good job of selling fights, and I get it. Like it's all about sales at the end of the day when it comes to and seats and stuff like that. But I don't think he's that good. And he's undefeated in BKFC. He's an undefeated boxer. We both have good head movement. We both have good footwork. You can see that he's got power from the people that he's fought, but it's like the guys that you're fighting are falling from punches that you don't have. I see through it. I see through the bullshit, and I want to sit there in the middle and fucking bang it out. But he's not that type of fighter. He's very slick. He likes to do the head movement thing. So guess what? Then I'm gonna grab your ass. I'm gonna put you in the clinch, and I'm gonna beat you up close. Like that. That's just how I really want that Garbarino fight. But I think, as far as like from a management standpoint, from what my manager wants, the quicker way for me to get where we want to be is Brunson. 100%. Because I have not fought at 175 yet. I've talked to a few people within the BKFC. They've told me that if it was me versus Garbarino, that would be a title eliminator fight, but I would have to work
at 75?
Yes, yeah. But I would have to work my way through the rankings, what I'm saying? Just go down to 175, ask for a undefeated fighter, and then go straight to that would take time. That takes
but who is saying that this would be a title eliminator? I mean, he's 3-0. Like, there's other guys at 75 that have a much bigger stake to fight Dave Mundell than.
I totally agree with that. And this was a month or so ago when I talked to somebody within there, but they said that is a type of fight that you would put as a feature title limiter type fight.
Understood. Gotcha.
It would just be but like there are so many other guys that deserve a shot against Mundell than Garbarino. Period. He hasn't, like I said, he hasn't fought anybody worth even mentioning for a title fight. So I think he needs to fight another undefeated fighter. I think he needs to fight somebody that has maybe one
Mm.
loss on his record and earn some respect from some of these other fighters, because everyone that I've spoken to that is that has value within the BKFC as a fighter
Mm-hmm.
thinks it's a joke, and they're like, dude, he's just like Dave's puppy dog at this point. You're like,
What
so
did you think? What did you think of? I mean, you were in New Mexico. You worked with Donald, and what did you think of that fight? Because that, I mean, I'll be real. I mean, Dave totally dominated the
yeah,
fight. You
Dave.
know, what was there something that we don't know about that Donald hasn't disclosed? That I mean, that you can't. I mean,
He,
obviously, if you can't disclose it, I mean, you can't
he's
disclose
having,
it. But
but
what was that?
he's having surgery. That's all I can say. I don't want to,
On his
obviously
hand or on his hand or shoulder or
arm.
arm? Okay.
So I believe there's, like I said, I can't go into to detail about it, but he does have to have surgery, and I believe from what we've talked about, it happened in the first round. So
Oh, it happened in the fight. Okay.
yeah, it happened in the fight. When he got dropped,
Yeah.
and he fell a different way, and something tore, and you know,
Yeah, it's
but
wild because I mean I've seen, I
regardless.
watched. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Donald is not the type of dude to make excuses.
Of
Like,
course not.
he got his ass up and he took a fucking beating for
Yeah.
5. Like, and he knows it. We've talked about it. Like, it was not his night, bro. I talked so much shit to Mundell. I had to eat shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, and he came back and said some shit to me, like, not in person, but over it. He was like, how about that, motherfucker? I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right.
No, there's no arguing that Mandel's
Yeah,
a great fighter.
no,
A
no.
great fighter.
I'm not going to argue with, if I'm wrong. I'm going to tell you. I'll be the first person to admit, hey man, you got that one. Like you showed me. You showed New Mexico. You showed everyone. You showed everyone why you're the pound for pound undisputed number one. And like, I did spar. Obviously, I fought Donald, sparred Donald. Got him ready. I did spar Mundell. Completely different. Like, the way he was moving, the way the way he was throwing his punches was completely different than the way he was sparring. So I was like, man, to see how he was just sitting down on his punches, and I was like, oof. Like, not a lot of people can handle that. And the fact, I mean, it pissed Mundell off that he didn't get Donald out of the fight,
Yeah.
because away his streak. He was pretty upset about that. From what he said on the mic afterwards, he's like, man, hats off to Donald. He took away my streak, and that's what he wanted. He wanted
Yeah.
to continue that dominance.
It's interesting. I've watched so many boxing matches, but I've seen now in at least 3 BKFC fights, guys getting hurt when they've gotten dropped and how they fell to the ground. I saw it with Lorenzo Hunt where his arm just like completely dislocated. I saw it with Duran against Kai Stewart in his fight. Hell, he had it happen again in just this past month.
Hollywood, yeah,
And
yeah.
then you tell me that he got hurt when he got dropped. When Sanders got hurt when he got dropped, it's like it's wild that guys get like you're. It's like when they say in basketball, don't put your hands out to stop your fall because it's probably going to be worse than if you just hit the
Even
ground.
even in wrestling, I don't know if
Yeah,
Joe Pfeiffer is. He's a
yeah, no,
Philly.
it is.
So, like, in his Contender Series fight, when he was trying to get into the UFC, he posted down,
Mm,
trying to mitigate a slam, a
can't do
takedown.
that.
His arm literally folded in half, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I remember that shit like it was yesterday. But like, you see him now, he's fucking killing people in the UFC. But that was like a career-ending injury that he
Yeah,
came back from. So I mean, I see. I know Donald has one more fight on his contract. I know that he
mhm,
wants a big fight.
yeah.
I don't know if he plans on retiring or if he's going after the belt one more time. But regardless, I'm Team Sanchez. No matter what, I'm a ride with my boy. Like we earned each other's respect and blood, and now we're like brothers. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always there to help him.
Any final words for either Derek Brunson or Johnny Garbarino, since you want to fight them both?
I mean, yeah. We'll start with Derek because I feel like that's the more realistic one. Johnny, he's just ducking. He's gonna keep a can of tomato can soup up in his cupboard just for a rainy day. But Brunson, you're a legend. I got a lot of respect for you, but this is a new game that you're coming into. I know you got power. I know you got strength. I'm a hell of a fighter. Everyone knows it. My whole town wants to see me beat you up. So let's run it, man. I don't care where it is, when it is. I'm ready. I could fight you tomorrow if they gave me a contract. So let's make this shit happen. Johnny, keep going, fighting cans, and everybody see right through it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Harrison, the Headhunter Aiken. Folks, he's looking to fight, man. He wants to get back in there. Derek Brunson, Johnny Garbarino, whichever one. Let's get that fight scheduled, BKFC. I appreciate you as always. I thank you so very, very much. Folks, again, this is Harrison, the Headhunter Aiken with Rudy Rodriguez-Chamont from Combat Corner. I will link his social media in the description. Please do follow him. Again, Harrison, I appreciate you very much, man, my friend.
Hey, dog, I appreciate you.
And everyone, again, this is Rudy Rodriguez-Chamont with Harrison, the Headhunter Aiken with Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in.